I am going to tell you about time management. Why it's about time. When someone dies, we say that his time has gone. His time has you know उसका time गया. इसका मतलब he has lost his time. If he lost his time, means he is no more. He is died. So killing time means killing self. So that nothing but organization. So time management is essential. Why organizational skills and time management are essential to your success? Time management is a choice. It is about self-management. Loving time, respecting time is loving self equals to loving self and respecting self. Without respecting time, you can't respect yourself. Without respecting, without loving, without managing time, you can't manage self. So self management equals to time management. So time management is a choice. So it is a choice. How you decide to spend your time is very much up to your own discretion. We kill time by procrastinating and doing unproductive activities to ignore what is really at hand. So what is really at hand, that is where we need to focus, where we need to concentrate on. But what we do instead of that, we procrastinating those things, we keep on postponing, we keep on neglecting those things which gives the high returns, and we are not doing the fruitful things, productive things which gives life a meaning and direction and sense of purpose. So killing time may work for a few minutes, but it adds up when things need to get done. Killing time may work for a few minutes. Okay, you might kill time for a few minutes, but it adds up when things need to get done. You can increase your productivity and move closer toward your goals just by managing what you are doing and when you are doing it. You can increase your productivity and move closer toward your goals. Toward your goals, you can move closer toward your goals just by managing what you are doing and when you are doing it. What you are doing and when you are doing it, you just you can increase your productivity and move closer toward your goals just by managing what you are doing and when you are doing it. The very act of taking a moment to think about your time before you spend it will begin to improve your personal time management and increase productivity immediately. The very act of taking a moment to think about time before you spend it will begin to improve your personal time management and increase productivity immediately. The very act of taking a moment to think, it is about thinking, taking a very moment, act of taking a moment to think about your time before you spend it will begin to improve your personal time management and increase productivity immediately. So why do we kill time? What is the reasons for killing time? Why then do people choose to kill time? This is quite literally letting time pass you by instead of taking advantage of it. You don't take advantage of what time will actually where the time is actually required to be invested. Matlab, in the sense, you didn't take the advantage of the time. We don't let it pass, we just let it pass. So that's why that is the art killing time. Killing time is a vicious cycle. What starts as a short break browsing online can turn into hours wasted. So it's simply a vicious cycle. If you think I'm going to just going to watch a simple online video or online something like that, but that's actually happens when you enter into YouTube and when you watch one YouTube and there is the suggestions in the videos, the other type of videos which will pop up as you watch that video, so that then you will be in that momentum, that flow. You are going to watch another and another and another, and this cycle will repeats. So killing time is a vicious cycle. What starts as a short break browsing online can turn into hours wasted. So just be careful before starting itself. In the starting, initially you must be very cautious to enter into that online domain, which is maybe YouTube, maybe WhatsApp, or whatever social media groups, because these are very smart, very smart. They can make you stupid if you are stupid. If you are stupid, you will become more stupid. If you are smart, you can use more smartly. So use smartly and start smartly so that you can use smartly. It feeds your lack of action and interrupts your workflow. If you think that okay, I don't have any action to do, I don't have anything to do, now so that I will go and watch one video. So it increase that inaction, and then what happens, that inaction will be in flow. As you take action, you are under flow. As you take inaction, that will also in flow. So this nature will actually happens and enhances by the tools which you have, whether maybe internet or whatever technology we are using. That's the how this is encouraging you to not to take action. As you are in action mode, as you are in action mode, it will action. So the more you procrastinate, the longer it will take for you to get done. So as you are going to procrastinate things, it will take longer time. So sometimes a task seems so daunting you don't want to get started. As you see something, like you want to become officer, it might be so daunting task. Or you want to improve your communication skills, it may be daunting task. So as you see that task is so daunting, so you are never starting that task, because that you are afraid to start, because that's being a giant task. So you come up with the random things to do, wasting your time instead of knocking this one task out. I have been there too. So what will happen then? As you see that giant task, you are wasting your time. Not you come up with random things to do, and you choose alternatives instead of doing that. Instead of going for the giant goal, you go for some, you know uh, easy ones. Okay, that's the way how you are tempted, how you are going to procrastinate it, because this gives you that immediate pleasure as far as your mind is concerned. Unless that mind feels pressurized, you don't start that task. So when you will be pressurized, like before, just before 1 week before the upcoming exam interview, you are preparing. But when you are 1 year or 6 months before that exam, you don't see that's the pressure, you don't feel that pressure. So that mind don't feel that pressure, and so you do the random things which are going to waste your time, rather than uh, investing your time on the giant goal. So here I have to see that what to want to stop killing time. The more productive you are, the more motivated you will be to get things done, and you will manage your time better. It's simple. It's as you are in action mode, and as you take action and you complete that action, then you are in productive. Then you are productive. As you are more productive, what happens? The more motivated you are. So best become productive. So first take action, then the motivation follows. So, however, don't confuse being productive with being busy. Productivity and busyness is something different from business. You are busy, just being busy, and you don't getting high returns by investing the time in the right things, smart way, in the smart way. So here the smart way comes with a having the purpose, having why, a clear why. So there are three helpful tips to stop wasting time and get your task accomplished effectively. First, get the hard stuff done first. Why? Because in this book, Eat That Frog, I talk about eating your ugliest frog first. What is this ugliest frog? That is what you feel difficult, what you feel not interesting, uh, what you feel hesitated to do. So here, tackle the hardest thing on your to-do list and or the thing that is hanging over your head and get it done. It takes a discipline. It takes discipline to accomplish the hardest task first, but it is a habit that will increase your levels of performance and productivity. So sometimes you have to ignore how you feel and just get started. As you If you are depending on how you feel to start any activity, then that's not going to help you. That is not Then you can't take advantage of time, because the feeling is very much precarious thing. It's not going to You can't depend on those feelings. The feeling might be very bad when you are going to uh, go for job. That feeling is not there. You're not going to be supported with feeling to go to run. You're not going to feel any motivation, any feeling to go and do some difficult task. So that's why I'm saying that feeling is very much not there when you are going for mundane tasks, when you are going for difficult tasks. So such things are there, but you don't need to depend on those feelings, and just you start a very little first step. For example, you just think of, okay, I am not seeing the whole 5 kilometer or 10 kilometer run which I am going to take, but I'm just going to wear my shoes. I am just going to wear that PT kit. I am just going to wear my overall. I am just going to sit on the study table with necessary things. Okay, I am just going to take that first step. Okay, that first step itself gives you that motivation to, or the feeling which you need to further go for another next to further go to next task. As you accomplish that first step, as you achieve that first goal, first step, the first step itself is cause you that feeling, and that feeling actually propels you further to go further. Less first step is your starter motor. The first step is a bad self starter. So the first step is might be not there, so your battery might be down, so you can't be excited to take that first step. But you have to kickstart your day. That is kickstart. Then you kick yourself, push yourself for the first step, and then that step gives you the feeling to do the next step and next step and next step. It's a vicious cycle as you take action. So they die like that. Sometimes you have to ignore how you feel and just get started. Nobody wants to start a difficult task, but successful people, as you are identified as a successful people, if you are know I am successful, if you know I am successful, and repeat this affirmation enough times, so that when that difficult task comes, although you don't want to do that difficult task, put their heads down and do it. And you put down heads down and do it, and you are concentrating on that difficult task just because you identify yourself as a successful. So just as being identified yourself as successful, just that gives you that, then you are getting into that action mode, although you don't want to do that difficult task. So here's something: make a to-do list. It's very important to make a to-do list. It's also helpful to get your hardest to do out of the way first thing in the morning, because this is often when you are most alert. It's also helpful to get your hardest to do out of the way first thing in the morning, because this is often when you are most alert. As you are mostly alert, because after wake up your mind is completely energized, fresh, and very much clear about your what you want to do, then that is the first thing you must do, is that hardest to do. And after lunch midday you will be less motivated to get started on a tough project. Here you have to choose that easy one, but that is the right one. It might be so easy way. Once that's checked off the list, why make a plan for the rest of your day? So I recommend listing items in order of urgency or importance. Making a to-do list is an effective way to put your organizational skills to work and prioritize tasks to save time. So making a to-do list is very important, as you are going to use your time effectively by organizing things, organizing your work, and prioritizing. That's the organizing means prioritizing as per your value system, what gives you more high returns for you, and you are first put it and as a priority. That's the time, that's the say how to save time. So what should you complete today? What things can you put off until later? Even more specifically, what needs to be done before a certain time today? Okay, you must know this thing, what needs to be done before a certain time today. So there is some deadline for you to complete so and so task. So that's the way how you are to be more specific about that. Start with that time first and move down the list to reach the non-urgent list item. Start with that item first and move down the list until you reach the non-urgent list items. Now that you have gotten the ugliest frog out of the way, your list does not seem so as difficult to complete. As you as you are doing the most ugliest part of your work, which you feel agitated to do, and then those things which you are fascinated to do will be a fun for you. So don't worry about that, don't go for fascinating things first in the morning, as you go for ugliest and most agitated, and where you feel feared, where you don't have any passion to do, then you handling those tasks, then it's very interesting for you to complete the remaining ones. So next, take short breaks. Make sure you set aside a time for short mental breaks. I am taking 10 to 15 minute time blocks. These are the time blocks which gives you that break. Schedule a block of time to relax for a moment is not the same as aimlessly scrolling the internet when you could be getting something done. It's not just a browsing net or something like that, binge watching something. It is about, okay, mental breaks are valuable and actually just jumpstart your productivity. These are enhancing your productivity as you are sharpening the saw, means your tools are mind and body. You are rejuvenating these two things in these breaks. So choose something that shifts your mind away from what you are working on the brief. If you are sitting, for example, while you are studying, you are sitting, right? So while you are sitting for 1 hour, as you take 15 minutes break, okay, I am going to 45 minutes of time I am just sitting. So that 15 minutes of time you are to be activate your muscles, because now as you are sitting you are only activating your brain, but that brain is not supported by the muscle because muscles are in sedentary lifestyle. So either you are sitting for a while and the muscles are not activated, your brain is activated, but the brain is to be supported by the muscles group. So these muscles are to be activated now in that 10 to 15 minutes of break, in which you can do exercises, you can do some yoga, or you can do like that and other things. So here the mental activity is to be supported the physical activity, so that mental activity will be more effective. So that's why that break you must shift that, okay, the shift the way you are working. Mental breaks are valuable, so I usually do this stepping away from whatever I am doing, closing your eyes, be still for a moment. And if you are doing a physical labor, and you can go for mental work. That is the balance which you need to create to be stabilize your productivity, to stable that productivity. So if that's your style, recharge by being social for a couple of minutes, talk to your coworkers about something non-working related. Just make sure not to interrupt their workflow. And you must also go for socializing other things in that 10 to 15 minutes as you feel it. Okay, stop killing time. When you kill time, you are killing your opportunities to do more and be more. So successful people make the most of each hour of every day, using every moment to their advantage. Learn to get handle on what is distracting you from accomplishing your tasks each day. So each hour is to be very much cautiously, judiciously. You must give in each hour a target, a set time, a set a time. As you set time for 45 minutes, okay, this is my target to be done. Okay, this is the task to be done within this 45 minutes. I am going to complete so and so. For example, I am going to give a lecture on lecturate on global issues, say maybe international issues, or maybe social issues, or economic issues of a nation. And you are going to give the lecturate on that, for which you need to go and search for the relevant content, and you have to organize that content, and you have to rehearse that, you have to practice that content, and you have to give the speech as well with confidence. So you have, as I have to do this within 45 minutes, you are setting this target to give that. And you are now, after all, that's what makes your hour, every hour count. Learn to on get a handle on what is distracting you from accomplishing your task each day. So what is that distraction actually for not let me do the things which I need to do? For example, any small distraction, maybe somebody calling you, or some WhatsApp status, or maybe your instincts, basic instincts, as you are not able to, your body triggers, your hormones are interrupting you, hijacking your memory, hijacking your intelligence. So that basic instincts, the need to go for something else, where you feel something that. So remember, this effective time management is a habit that can be learned. It starts with your decision to invest your time into what is important. Now I would love to hear from you. So my question today is, how will you take advantage of your time today? Leave a comment below and I will be sure to follow it up with. Thank you so much.